What's good, people? It's your boy Warren from We Brand You, back with another podcast episode today. The place where we help clothing brands start, grow, and scale a six-figure clothing brand business, right? So today's topic is how to sell on Instagram without a website. Instagram is powerful. We're going to go through some ways on how you can really supersede your expectations and really make some stone cold cash on Instagram. Before we do though, click the link in the description box below to go and get our How to Grow Your Clothing Brand from Scratch to Six Figures course. It's a couple of hours long, breaking down the ins and outs, 10 detailed steps of how to get your clothing brand, start it, grow it, and scale it, okay? It's available in the box below. Just click it. It's about £15 at the minute. Go and grab that. Get started the right way. So let's jump into the content. So today's episode, if you like, is how to start or how to sell on Instagram without a website. So a couple things. When it comes to selling online, period, there's a couple things, a couple ways you have to follow, a couple ingredients you have to follow. And I get asked this all the time, you know, what's the best, what should I post on Instagram? What's the best things I should be doing? And it really boils down to this. Content is king. Now, you might have heard that before. Content is king, okay? Content is king. The more content you put out, the more you're going to build a following, and that following is going to buy from you. It's really that simple. It's not complicated, okay? I like to call it the know, like, and trust formula, okay? The content gets people to know you. The like, in order to get them to like you, that's just repetition, okay? People, human nature shows that the more you're exposed to something, the more you start to like it, even if you hated it before. And for example, the radio is a good example of this. You hear a song on the radio once, you don't really like it, and by the time they play it over and over again, within a week or two, you're humming along to it and you're singing it, okay? Repetition increases our chances of liking something, okay? Because the more time we spend with something or someone, the more we like it. So if we break it down, the know is from the content. It gets them to know you. The like just comes from simply repetition. So like they might start following your page, and from there you keep posting content and they keep enjoying your content, so they end up liking you. And then the trust comes once they've been exposed to you enough. It goes into a like, and a trust is when they buy from you, right? If they buy from you, it means they trust you. Okay, once you've got a purchase from someone, it means they trust you. Okay, they've taken the final step in the 3-step process. So that comes with the trust, the purchase. So, like I said before, it's all about following these strategies and these simple steps, and it all starts with the content. Okay, now, like I said in a previous episode, the social media, Instagram, Facebook, is all like a party. Okay, and it's what you do at the party that is really going to determine whether you succeed or not. Let me just take a swig of drink. Far too many people on Instagram, this is what they do. They got a clothing brand and they simply post pictures of their clothing. Their t-shirts, their caps, sweatshirts, joggers, hoodies. They post those things, okay? And then the next day comes and they post more clothing. And then the next day comes and they post more clothing. And then next week comes and they post more clothing. So their whole entire profile just looks like clothes, okay? So if me, Steve, comes to your page and all you've got is just clothing on there, what's in it for me? WIIFM, okay? You have to tune into WIIFM, which stands for what's in it for me. Okay, the person, you always have to ask what's in it for the person. So if someone's coming to your page or your brand and they've never seen you before, okay, what is going to make them stick around? Is clothing enough to make them stick around? Bearing in mind that their wardrobe is filled with clothes, their mobile phone is filled with websites that's got clothes, their local high street is filled with clothes, their friends have clothes that they can borrow. Why are they going to stop onto your clothing? What is it about your clothing that's going to make them stick by, hang around and go for it? At the minute, nothing. Nothing. Because you're just simply posting clothing, and since they've been born, they've been exposed to clothing. Okay, they've been wearing clothing. They're not seeing something for the first time. Oh, wow, clothes. I've never seen, what's a clove? What's clothes? I've never seen that before. They haven't. So the reality is they're just going to skim past your page and leave. Now, the only way you get them to stay is by providing content. And I like to break content down. Good content does one of three things. It either entertains you, it inspires you, okay, or it educates you, okay? YouTube is massive simply because there's so much how-to videos on there, which they educate you. If you want to learn how to paint, if you want to learn how to build a brick wall, whatever it is, you can Google it, YouTube it, and they teach you it, okay? Entertainment, we go to the cinemas, we go to rent movies, we go Netflix, Disney Plus. These are things that provide value. They provide content. And then you got inspirational content, okay? Which inspires us to become more, which inspires us to take action, which inspires us to have better friendships, relationships, okay, marriages. These are things that inspire us, right? Whether it's something that an inspirational video, a motivational, it all falls under the bracket of inspiring, okay, causing us to make movement within. So when you break down content, it's actually three things: education, inspiration, and entertainment. So you have to ask, as a clothing brand, what content are you going to post on your page? Are you more of an entertaining person? Do you find things funny? Do you like to inspire people and like to brighten people's day? Maybe inspirational content. Maybe you like to teach people things, how to do this, how to get a better, how to have the coolest style in 2022, how to pick the right shoes to go with the right top. You can do different content, things like that. It's all about finding out what fits you. For me, education and inspiration is my best content pieces. I enjoy sharing stories and sharing tips that can help others, okay? So once I learn something, I like to share it and help others. So that falls under the education bracket. And also inspiration. I like to put out things that brighten people's day. Everyone's going through different things, right? So I like to drop pieces that can just allow someone to smile a little bit and just take the load off of them a little bit, okay? So those are my two favorite content pieces. I don't tend to put out much entertaining content on We Brand You. Not that I don't love humor and I don't love, laughing and all of that stuff, but it's just everyone's got their little thing that they prefer, and I prefer educational content. So with that being said, this is an educational content piece, and you have to find what content you're going to put on your Instagram, okay? Because like I said, without content, someone will come and just leave your page, 100%. They're not going to stick around. It's the content that gets them through the door, right? If you make someone laugh with your content, or you make them feel inspired, or you teach them something, now they're going to stick around, because guess what? They're going to want to learn more. They're going to want to laugh again. They're going to want to feel inspired again. So they're going to stick around, okay? They're going to hang around long enough. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have a product and you're going to post your product, and then they're going to be inclined to buy because they like you now. They're going to want to either buy because they actually like what they see, or they're going to want to buy because they want to support and give back to you in a way that you've been giving to them with all of the free content, i.e. making them laugh, i.e. inspiring them, i.e. educating them. So it's kind of like a give back scenario. It's the law of what we call the law of reciprocity, okay? It's giving back. So it's important to remember that. And moving swiftly on, once you've got your content, the rest is easy. Now you simply just post. What I like to do is the beginning of the month and middle of the month, post the product that you're selling. Okay, so for example, the beginning of the month is when people get paid, and those that get paid every week, middle of the month is good as well. Okay, so if you start promoting your product in the beginning or the middle of the month, it's at a time when people have money and the funds to buy it, okay? But it means that you're not overselling, okay? You're not putting people off. Now, I ain't got a problem with overselling. There's a time to oversell, but there's also a time to build relationships and put out content. And I would say 80% of the time, you need to be putting out good content on your Instagram page, okay? Now, I'm not saying your page has to look like a meme store where there's just memes and just funny stuff. I'm not saying that. You can post things about your industry, your clothing and the things that you have, but you have to put it in a form of content, in a form of something that inspires or entertaining or educational. It's up to you on how you deliver it, but it has to fall in one of those three categories. It cannot look like, here's this t-shirt on sale now for £15. That is not content, okay? That is selling. And like I said, there's a time to sell and there's a time to build relationships. For example, whenever you go into a show, like a showroom, like a car showroom or a estate agent, there's always some kind of building of a relationship. You know, they ask you questions, they ask you if you want tea. They provide value. They're trying to give you something in order to make you become more open, so that when they're ready to sell to you, they're selling straight to you and you ain't got no barriers up. Okay, it's all about bringing down barriers, man. That's what selling is. It's bringing down barriers, because our immediate human nature, a reaction to someone trying to sell to us is no. No. Like, a salesman comes up to you trying to sell you something, you're like, no, I don't want it. That's your reaction, and it's all about getting the filter down. That's what great salespeople do. They bring your filter down, okay, and then they start selling to you when you're more receptive and more open to it, okay? And that's what Instagram and promoting and providing content on Instagram in these different ways, it really does that. It helps people bring down their filter, so when you do post something about your product, they'll be more likely to buy. Make sense? Cool. So if it's making sense so far, give this video a like in the description box. Drop a comment if you've got any questions. I do answer all questions. So moving on, the next step now, once you've provided your content and once a month, and once at the beginning of the month, in the middle of the month, you're promoting your product. Now it's just about being consistent. Okay, like I said, in the know, like, trust formula, in order to get someone to really like you, it's about being consistently showing up in their life. It's just about consistently posting all the time, consistently sharing content, consistently replying. It's all about the consistency. And sometimes this is where most people fail. Me in the past, I've been guilty of this. And sometimes even till today, I'm not perfect. There'll be times when I'll do a consistent 8-month run, and then I'll go, I'll have a month's break from Instagram, and then I'll come back. The difference between probably myself and someone that doesn't understand this is that my break looks like a month, whereas someone else's break might look like a year. Okay, and there's a huge difference. Okay, even though I shouldn't be taking a month off and I still slap my wrist for it, I'm aware that there's only so much time I can have off before I come back and everyone's disappeared. Okay, or people are uninterested, or someone they found a better page that gives them more value. Okay, you've only got a short window to take a break, and one of my mottos is take breaks, don't quit. Take breaks, don't quit. Take breaks, don't quit. Okay, it's okay to take a break, because we all get burnt out, we all get bored a little bit, and we all need to just loosen up a little bit, but don't quit, because if you quit, then obviously there's no chance of getting anything. If you quit, you completely, gone. The opportunity's gone. Okay, so take breaks, don't quit. And that's it. That's basically it. You start off with your content and be consistent with the content. Get them to know you through the content, get them to like you through being consistent, and then get them to trust you by making a purchase. And then obviously you just want to make sure that you've got a good product as well. If your clothing sucks, then they won't come back and buy anything else from you, okay? And not only will they not come back and buy anything from you, but they're also going to go and tell other people not to buy anything from you, okay? And that's just how it works. Especially in social media, with social media now, someone can post a picture of someone, a company, and say, this company effed me over, don't work with them again. And now this person might only have 300 followers, but that's 300 people that you've just kind of put off from your business, okay? And that won't be shopping with your business, probably, highly likely. So you don't really want to do that, okay? It's interesting because recently the phone network in my area, it went down. So my wife jumped on Twitter and she started complaining to them, saying, look, we ain't had no internet. So they quickly said, okay, that's fine. And they sorted it out in the DMs, and they gave her the months for free, like the last 2 months deducted from her phone bill. And she done the same for me, okay? So it goes to show, like, social media is real. If you complain about companies on social media, they will jump in, because they're fully aware that if one person's unhappy, that one person has the ability to influence 10, 20 people in their life, right? And that's 10, 20 customers that they've just lost. So it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So I hope you got value from this. In the last previous episodes, so many of you guys have hit me up saying how much the videos are helping, how much they've sparked an idea in your head, or just like someone even said, they've been inspired to go a different route completely altogether, which is, I'm not here to put anyone off. I'm here to inspire and motivate people to take and start grow and scale a clothing brand. But you know what? Sometimes we could spend and waste time doing things that we really shouldn't be doing. And if my videos can can kind of focus your mind and get you to make a decision, whether it's to jump into the world of clothing or jump out of the world of clothing. At least you're still taking action and not wasting time, okay? Life is too precious to be sitting around wasting time doing something that you don't really want to do or doing something that you don't enjoy, okay? So if I can get you to take action, the right action that works in your favor the quickest way, then I'm doing my job, okay? I'm doing my job, and that's fine with me. So if you got any questions, hit me up in the comments, or I was just about to say drop me a text message on my phone, but just hit me up in the comments. Give this video a like, as I said, and don't forget to go and get our clothing brand course, which is only £15 at the minute, so that you can start, grow, and scale your clothing brand and build a successful six-figure clothing brand, like there's so many of our clients that we've helped do. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you hit subscribe so that you can be directly notified when we drop our new videos. We're aiming to drop every Sunday, but it doesn't always work out like that. Busy schedules, busy videographers, busy editors, I can't speak today. Busy editors and all of that stuff means that it's challenging to just be consistent. We will get a consistent flow of schedules going, but for now, get it how you can, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Peace.